You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Hello and welcome to Section 5 Boys Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We are in Canandaigua for a great matchup tonight between the Canandaigua Braves and the Spencerport Rangers. My name is Steve Bradley. I will be your play-by-play man tonight, and I'm joined by Ed Mulhern to provide color commentary for this matchup featuring the teams that are ranked 3rd and 4th in the Varsity Media poll this week. Canandaigua checking in at number 3, Spencerport at number 4. Ed, we should see a good game tonight, shouldn't we?
Oh, I think we're going to see a great game. These are two teams that played two one-goal games last year. Canandaigua scored with, I think, 2.5 seconds to go in the sectional quarterfinals to force an overtime. And fortunate enough to win in overtime. And this has turned into quite a little rivalry based off of last year.
In Spencerport, Ed won the regular season game. Both were 9-8. Spencerport scored 1.9 seconds left in regulation to do that. Tonight's game, Canandaigua comes in 3-0 and 35 goals for, 17 against. Spencerport 2-0, 22 for, 10 against. But if you break it down, both teams score about 11 goals per game. Both teams give up around 5 goals per game. And both teams make about success rate of 75% in the face-off circle. We're going to see Cam Mesh and Luke McCroby in that face-off X. I mean, that could be where the game is determined.
I think very well that could be a big determining factor. You got two young men that are both, outstanding players, very good athletes. They're going to battle, and it may come down to their wing play, and the boys that surround them and give them a hand to see who gets the advantage.
And we will pause right here for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise, remove your headwear, and direct your attention to the American flag located to the left of the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We are just a couple minutes away from the opening face-off here at Canandaigua. Spencerport Rangers, Canandaigua Braves, great Section 5 lacrosse matchup. I think they will be doing the starting lineups down on the field.
And now for tonight's starting
here they come. And Ed, you mentioned the face-off X being a key tonight and the wing play. It's not just the two men in the middle, is it?
No, there's a lot that goes into it, and your wings, depending on what the face-off kid wants to do, they'll have a game plan. Sometimes the game plan is to put themselves in a position where he can pull it out to him or drag the ball to him. Other times it'll be to box the guy out that's running with him so that the face-off guy can pick it up himself. So, you know, and it can change from one time to the other, and it also depends on what your opponent, where they line up and what they do. So there's a little bit more to it than what it looks.
So we'll take a look right now at the Canandaigua starters. Up front on attack is the senior Nate Sheridan. He is headed to St. Rose next year. Thanks, Ed. Sean Mulvaney comes into the game leading the Braves with 10 goals, and Drew Willamy, the sophomore, he's the quarterback of the offense and also the quarterback for the football team. Canandaigua's leading scorer with 14 points this year. The aforementioned Luke McCroby in the middle, Jack Tenori, who's a defensive standout, Will Root, also a defensive standout in the midfield. On defense, Dom Galassi, Jude York, Andrew Murphy, and in goal, Jack Fayola, returning all-Greater Rochester selection, who could be a key factor tonight too, Ed.
Yeah, I think both the goalies are darn good players. You know, Jackson being a senior might have a little bit of an advantage. I believe the Spencerport goalie is a junior, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So he's got a little bit more experience, but both of them are high-quality players that played in quality time. So I expect good goalie play.
And a look at the Rangers here. Coach Bill Butero took over in 2020, has done a great job. He's got a 25-9 overall record in 3 seasons. Spencerport really emerging as the top program here in Class B. Freshman Zach Tortora on attack, along with senior Lucas Hensler and sophomore Jaden Mandarano. In the midfield, Cam Mesh, he does everything. Coach Butero calls him a throwback player. Plays man up, man down, offense, defense. You're going to hear his name a lot. John Choate, one of the smarter players on the team, instigates the offense quite frequently. Ashton McNair wearing number 6. On defense, Sean Baird, number 12, Connor Morgan, Sam Scapo, and in goal, Taylor Kay. And one of the interesting things, Ed, in our pregame work, both coaches told me that their goalies have the fastest hands that they've ever seen.
Yeah, they're both very high on their goalies. That And, you got 2 quality programs. They both have quality kids in the cage. And it's great to hear the coaches talking so positively of them.
And if you are a team like Spencerport that saw what happened last year, you're 2.4 seconds away in the quarterfinals. Team comes back, rallies to win in overtime, and it goes all the way to state finals. Coach Butero said he's thought about that game every day. There can be some motivation there, can't there?
Oh, I would think they're highly motivated. You know, that one has had to sit in their stomach for the last year, and that's a tough one, you know. And to give credit to them in that game, they were behind 7-3 late in the second half, and late in the third quarter, and they scored 5 in a row to go up 8-7 before Canandaigua scored. So I think if Canandaigua gets up on them a little bit, they're not going to fold. They're tough kids and well coached.
Yeah, and I think Coach Butero said it. We got the newest rival here in Section 5 lacrosse, and if you look across the board at Section 5 Class B, top to bottom, it's one of the best classifications in the state, isn't it?
It really is. There is, I think I'm a little bit biased, obviously, being from Section 5, but I think the Section 5B representative always has an outstanding chance to make it to the state finals. And they're just one of the top leagues that sections there is, classifications, whatever.
Okay, here we go. Round 1, Cam Mesh, Luke McCroby. Whistle blows, and we're underway. And it goes to Cam Mesh. Spencerport with possession. Mesh has the ball up top. Settles in against the Canandaigua defense behind the net to Tortora. Back around to Mesh, and here comes John Choate up top. What's the defense look like for Canandaigua here?
It's a man-to-man defense. Canandaigua's pretty basic. They don't chase out up top too much. They'll pick them up at the box. They slide quick, and they usually play outstanding team defense.
Here comes Mesh to the center of the field behind the net. Round to Tortora. It's Heinzler. Back up top. Rodriguez. Pretty good ball movement. Looks like Spencerport's trying to get maybe everybody a touch, get everybody settled in. They did arrive a little bit late. They had some transportation issues, maybe getting their legs under them here, Ed?
Maybe, and I think they just did a nice job. They ran a little something, and again, they kind of defended it, pulled it out, and they're going to reload. And they'll move the ball well. They move well without the ball. They're a hard team to defend because their off-ball movement causes issues.
Jaden Rodriguez, ball's out of bounds, retained here by the Rangers. And Jaden Rodriguez didn't start the game, but he has 4 goals and 3 assists, tied for the team lead. And Coach Butero says he's got a really high lacrosse IQ, and great shooter and a better passer, so we can look for him to make some plays. Here comes Cam Mesh against the defense of McCroby behind Heinzler. Sets it up, and good defense there by Canandaigua, pretty persistent. And back up top we go to Tortora. They're going to set it up again. Choate. John Choate with his matchup. Tortora, here's a cutter in front. It's Rodriguez, I believe, goes toward Cage, and he's stopped there by number 21 for Canandaigua. Dom Galacey. And he had a short stick last year. They moved him to the long stick D, and Coach Devin York calls him Canandaigua's alpha dog on defense.
He's a very good player.
Shot by Choate way over the net. It's going to be backed up by Spencerport. The possession will stay here, as Spencerport's had the ball for over 2 minutes.
Yeah, over 2 minutes, and I think that's the type of game you may see here. Two teams that, when they get possession, they'll value that ball.
Patience, and Coach Butero said one of the keys for his team was to win between the 40s, but now they've got it in the offensive end, and they're doing a good job making sure that the first look they get is going to be a good look.
Right.
On front, winds up Heinzler. It's wide. It's going to be backed up by Tortora. We'll stay with Spencerport.
That's a very nice little dodge in the back, kind of drew a half a slide, and hit a youngster for an open shot.
Back up top here. What do you think we might see kind of from a play design standpoint here with the Spencerport offense?
They do a lot of dodging from up top here, and they'll draw somebody and then they kick it behind, and then they look for cutters a lot of times, and they'll beat you inside. A lot of off-ball movement, like right there.
Yep, Cam Mesh in front. It's knocked away by the Canandaigua defense. First turnover of the game, and the ground ball is secured by number 15 for Canandaigua.
You got a fast break here. We got numbers.
McCroby in front. Willoughby mishandled and a big hit. Spencerport's going to be corralled by Mesh, and we'll get a restart. Here come the Rangers. Ashton McNair, sophomore long stick. Unbelievable in transition. Didn't have what he wanted, slowed it down, and it'll be John Choate. Choate goes behind goal. Guarded by Canandaigua's
Tenori.
Jack Tenori.
Yeah, Jack Tenori. He's a small little tiger, man. He's a tough little booger. I like the way he plays.
Back out front, that's Ty Heaton in for Spencerport. First time we've called his name tonight. And he heads over to Zachary Ajavananda. So almost a second midfield here. Here comes Ty Heaton. Ajavananda up top. Just kind of dodging and dishing, right?
They're not really. Cam Mesh got off the field. He's getting a little breather. He was on there for the first 3 minutes.
There's Heaton. Defended well by Canandaigua's Tortora. Back up top of Javananda.
Very patient.
Kind of a breezy, warm, nice spring night, Ed. You're not dealing with some of the stuff we dealt with before. Javananda shot and a save by Fayola. Jack Fayola got the big basket up and corralled it. Canandaigua gets its second possession here.
That's probably not the shot placement that youngster would like. It's stick side high. Goalie really didn't have to move much. But what a great ride right there. Make that check.
Yeah, ball is secured
And
back by Canandaigua.
Coach York with a nice timeout.
Timeout for the Braves. And we will keep it here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Very excited to be bringing more lacrosse this spring. Don't forget to follow Varsity Media on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming games. And here we have a little bit of a player matchup on offense. Cam Mesh, we mentioned. In the game that Spencerport won last year against Canandaigua, Cam Mesh went 16 for 18 on faceoffs. This season, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists, 74%. Also leads his team with 25 ground balls. Second most person has 6, so he's really dominating that area. And Sean Olvini, he's a junior. They call him Big Daddy. He's about 6'3", 210 pounds. 10 goals, leads the team for Canandaigua, 2 assists. And I think the interesting thing about Sean in the game against Corning over the weekend, he did not score a goal. So I think one of the reasons he's a key tonight is it a bounce-back game, and I think the way that Spencerport defends him might dictate how Canandaigua plays offense.
It very well might. And, you know, the true beautiful thing for that from Canandaigua's standpoint is they scored 11 goals without him scoring. So, you know, it kind of showed that they have some balance. Some other kids picked up the slack. But Sean's had off to an outstanding start. He's a real big kid that uses his body. He's got good stick skills, and he places his shots, in particular when he's coming from behind. They're very hard to find. So he's off to a great start. Cam Mesh, one of the top athletes in Section 5. One of the best midfielders in Section 5.
Outstanding football player, too. Braden Giuseppe on the restart for Canandaigua up top. Alex Rude. Around the far side, is that Willamy behind the net?
Looks a little bit like,
12, yeah. And there's Nate Sheridan, we mentioned, headed to St. Rose.
Spencerport's running a little zone, it looks like.
Is that a changeup?
Yeah, that's something. Well, you know, I previewed the first 2 games and I didn't see it, but, you know.
So from an offensive standpoint for Canandaigua, what does the zone present?
Well, you've got to move the ball and you've got to pick your spots to dodge. And then a lot of times there's an automatic backup, so you have to be able to see through that, see a skip pass, and try to hit. You got to be a little bit patient sometimes, and you know.
Giuseppe for Rude, ball's on the ground, battle for the ground ball. Canandaigua is going to win the race. It's Nate Sheridan. Good job retaining possession there. Good hustle. He beat Cam Mesh to the ball.
Very nice explosion. You got a chance to see a little bit of his athletic ability. He popped after that and got out in front. Now they got to settle in here a little bit. And, you know, sometimes you've got to rely on your shooters a little bit more, kind of like in basketball. You got to have a 3-point shooter sometimes to break the zone.
Behind to Willamy to Olvini. There's a little exchange behind goal. Out to Sheridan. And they'll bring it back out top again to Giuseppe for the restart. In front, he looked at Willamy, went all the way through the goal, and Taylor Kay's there to snare it for Spencerport and give the Rangers a start here. And Coach Pachero mentioned one of his keys is just clears and rides, and just, you know, everybody knows the face-offs are going to happen and teams are going to maybe split those and the goalies are going to make saves. But what you do in the middle of the field often dictates what you can do on the offensive and defensive end.
Absolutely. The those hidden possessions where you steal one off a ride is key, especially in a close game.
And the Rangers take a timeout here. We played 6 minutes. Each team has had 2 possessions. Is that something, the pace of the game, about what you expected?
You know, I honestly thought, you know, Spencerport's been a little bit more patient than I thought, and I think that's a tribute to Canandaigua's defense. You know, they've made a couple dodge attempts, and they really haven't drawn a whole lot of slide or movement. So I think that's a good thing for Canandaigua. Canandaigua at the other end, you know, the one possession was a quick, fast break that they lost possession of, and right there I think you know, they wish they had that one back because it didn't really produce much quality offense. So, but you know, their high school kids are feeling one another out, and you never know what's going to happen.
We're going to take a look at the Varsity Media Section 5 boys lacrosse rankings entering Week 3. Victor Blue Devils on top, number 1, 2-1, followed by Pittsford, 4-1. Pittsford with a big game later this week against Penfield. Varsity Media will be there for that. We've got Canandaigua and Spencerport tucked here at 3 and 4. Fairport, Irondequoit, which is Canandaigua's next opponent. Honeoye Falls, Lyman, McQuaid, and Penn Yan running out the top 10. And I believe Canandaigua's at Penn Yan on Saturday.
That's a group of quality teams right there. Yeah. At any given day, one of those top 10 or 11 teams could beat the other one.
We saw Cam Mesh on the restart over to Rodriguez for Spencerport. Back up top, John Choate passing around. Braves still kind of sagging in that man-to-man.
They shrink the field with their defense. You'll see that you got to play in tight spaces.
And the long pole there was number 27 for Canandaigua. That's Will Rude. And Coach Devin York very high on Will Rude. He's only a sophomore, I believe. And he's a huge contributor. He's a glue guy. And usually your glue guys aren't that young, so it speaks a lot to him. John Choate winds up shots wide and backed up by Spencerport. Spencerport doing a good job at maintaining possession. They've taken a lot more shots than Canandaigua has, and they've been able to back them up.
Yes, they have. And, that's attribute a little bit to your coaching. Everything's balanced. When they shoot the ball, they've got field balance, so there's people behind. And the great thing about this game is you miss it, somebody else is behind, closest to it, you get it back.
Tenori on Mesh. Ken Mesh going behind. We've seen him up top a lot. We haven't seen him start behind. Looks like they might have a play drawn up here.
Canandaigua kind of dips into a little bit of a zone there. They'll send a quick dodge, a quick slide. And now what you got to do is you move the ball.
Looks like Rodriguez is ready to shoot. He does. It's wide. It's going to be backed up by Tortora. So the possession game, Spencerport really doing a good job just slowing this game down. And Tortora to Mash, back to Choate. John Choate, a member of Spencerport's soccer team that made a great run in the playoffs last year, as was Tortora. Rodriguez up top. Tenori with the matchup. Behind a Tortora. So what's the man behind the net? Tortora with a rush, a big save by Faola. Went off his feet to get that.
Nice save by the goalie there.
So what was the key to that save? Was it taking away the angle? Was it jumping? What did Jack do right there?
I think the first thing he did is played good position and held his ground. And he made quite honestly, a lot of times the goalie is being patient and make the shooter beat you. Don't beat yourself by being in bad position. And he held his ground and did a great job there.
Takeaway there by Spencerport. Choate and Rodriguez. Unsettled situation in front. Heinzler leaves it for number 9. What a save by Faola. Wow, stop Jaden Mandarano right there on the doorstep. Big save. And unable to control it is Spencerport. Turnover to Canandaigua. Restart will be initiated here by Jude York. And Jude York's a good story. He's only in his second year as a lacrosse player, and he's starting on the varsity team for the state runners-up last year.
I love that story because so many people in the world today think that you have to start lacrosse as a third grader or a fourth grader, whatever it may be. This youngster is a fine athlete. The coach saw in the weight room, and I saw him play another sport. Thought he could help us.
And Coach Devin York and Jude York, just to be clear, not related, no relation.
No relation.
But for sure, and you like to see that in this age of specialization where kids make the most of their high school experience by doing different things. You can learn so much by being on a team with people you may not be familiar with, or maybe even playing with your best friends.
Correct. There's nothing like the experience of being a part of a team.
So Canandaigua up top, under 2 minutes here to play. Scoreless first quarter.
They're going to be very patient. It appears as though Spencerport's back to man here. What it becomes interesting is, are they going to trust their matchups, or will they be a team that slides quick?
Up top, and the ball sneaks away from Braden Josephi, who's able to retain it with good stick work there. It's McNair with a good defense. Unsettled, shot and a score. Canandaigua's on the board. Braden Josephi breaks the seal, so to speak, with his 6th goal of the year.
Yes, I really think that's where Braden excels the most, when he's got a little bit of transition, a little bit, it gets a little crazy where he can use his athletic ability and run. He runs pretty well and he shoots it on the run, and he did a nice one cashing that one in.
And it was a great hustle play too. We saw him go to the sideline to win the ground ball and give himself a chance. It also opened up space. That's the most shooting space Canandaigua's had all night.
It really is.
And we go for round 2 in the face-off with Mesh and McCroby. McCroby with a quick start there, right? Yep, going to be a turnover. Spencerport will have the ball with 1:25 here to go in the first. And Cam Mesh. So 2-0 on face-off so far for Spencerport. That's amazing. Only 2 face-offs in 11 minutes.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of funny. The game has been predominantly played at one end. And that's a funny thing about the game, and it's 1-0 Canandaigua.
Yeah, if you're looking at time of possession, it would be misleading right here. But so is a 1-goal lead. We know that can change quickly. As Rodriguez in front, Mandarano in front. Ball's knocked down. Canandaigua defense swarming, and the ground ball is going to be scooped and picked up by number 11. That's Andrew Murphy. Canandaigua in transition, long pole. That's Will Rude. Pass slips away. Good hustle there by Spencerport Baird. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll stay with Canandaigua with 42 seconds left.
Push from behind there. The youngster got a little anxious. If he had just settled in, I think he would have had that ball on his own.
Drew Willoughby start with the restart up top to Alex Rude. Josephi on the far wing to Sean Olvani. Going to carry it behind. Exchange spots with Willoughby. Olvani keeps coming. Draws two defenders. Sheridan with a shot. I think he got piped there.
I think he came off maybe the handle of the goalie.
Really? You think it was stick
might
save
have
then?
been. Yeah, I think it might have been.
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell. There was a pipe, but
Especially
went down and made a nice attempt.
Under 10 seconds here. Will Canandaigua get one more shot? Drew Willoughby to the front of the net, feeds in front, passes on the ground, and time is going to run out here in the first quarter at Braves Field. Canandaigua on a goal by junior Braden Josephi takes a 1-0 lead after 12 minutes, and we will be right back on the Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Canandaigua Academy for Section 5 Boys Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Steve Bradley and Ed Mulhern here, and just an exciting, fast-paced first quarter. One goal scored by Canandaigua, Braden Josephi, toward the end of the first quarter, and a lot of possession for Spencerport, Ed, and I think in talking to Coach Bill Butero about the Rangers coming in, one of their other keys is just shooting. In their first game against Wayne, a 6-3 win, the shots weren't hitting the target, and they didn't score many goals. It was a close game. Their second game, they opened it up a little bit against Brighton, won 16-7, and they were on target.
And I think if they continue to get quality opportunities, sooner or later they're going to cash.
Cam Mesh wins another face-off for the Rangers. He's 3 for 3 so far tonight. So Spencerport has had the edge in the X so far, and we'll bring it up top to John Choate as they are going to exchange midfielders.
Coming out of the box, they got a little advantage here, but he's got the kid coming from behind to caught him.
Yeah, Alex Rude with a turnover there for Canandaigua. The caused turnover. Ball's on the ground. Going to be scooped up, thrown back into play by Rude, and it's Tenori pushing ahead. Unsettled transition for Canandaigua. Rude in front. Olvani scores.
Very nice.
I believe that was Willoughby to Olvani, the feed and the finish. And Canandaigua leads 2-0. 11:18 left here in the first half.
You know, that all started with Will Rude picking that ground ball up on the corner, and he made a nice little flip back to Mr. Tenori, and he took it down on the fast break, ran it perfectly, drew a slide, and, two passes later, Sean's hitting an empty netter.
It was almost like a one-timer in hockey, right?
Yes,
it was a tap-in goal. Everything else leading up to that made the play. Olvani's job was to catch and finish, and he did his job, his 11th of the season.
His job is to dunk it.
Face-off contested, but is still going to go Canandaigua's way.
Two Spencerport kids ran into one another.
Mason Depew retrieves the ground ball, and Canandaigua gets its first face-off win of the night and a chance to look at an opportunity to up its lead. So Canandaigua, the one thing we can say, Ed, is they have been opportunistic. They have not had a lot of opportunities, but they've got 2 on the board.
And you know, that's kind of the way they play. They're very disciplined. They pick their spots. They don't take a lot of bad shots. And hopefully, you know, when they get them, they cash them. And so far, they've been pretty good with that.
And that was basically Coach Butero's scouting report, too. He said Canandaigua's Canandaigua. They don't take any bad shots. And that may have been a little bit of hyperbole, but the shots they've taken have been quality. As Willoughby tries to set a screen for Sheridan. Nothing happening there, and the Braves will reset out front with the midfield over to Olveni. Sean Olveni going one-on-one. Spins off the defender, cuts in front. Saved by Kay.
It was a very nice save. Stayed position and made Sean beat him. He did a great job. I believe Sean went in the crease after the shot.
There'll be the turnover. Spencerport on the clear. But you could see the confidence there for Olveni. He had just scored. He hadn't been that aggressive on offense in the first quarter. Right there, you felt that he was feeling good about his matchup, and he went for it. It's Spencerport with the clear and opens in transition. And in Spencerport, we saw them be patient in the first half. But, you know, if the opportunity's there, Coach Butero says they like to get a shot within the first 30 seconds if that's something available to them.
You know, that's kind of the way they've played, and I think it's a tribute to Canandaigua's defense that they haven't been able to accomplish that thus far.
So we come up to Cam Mesh, and it's going to be Ty Heaton, midfielder number 4, senior, at the top of the offense. And I kind of like the patience here by Spencerport. They're not feeling the urgent just because they're down 2 goals. Heaton in front, and what a sweet pass and a finish.
Yeah.
That's Zachary Tortora, the freshman, with his 5th goal of the season, and another great pass, Ed.
That is just an outstanding pass. At first I was thinking where he's throwing it. To bring that across the crease like that from that distance, outstanding. And, you know, for Tortera to get on that backside pipe and just, you know, you can score a ton of goals sitting on that backside pipe if the people, you know, find you, see you.
Yeah, and Fayola made a play for the pass, was unable to intercept it, left the net open for Tortora, and he made no mistake.
Nope.
Big answer for Spencerport, though, Ed.
It was a timely goal. They needed one right there.
And you can see some of the skills in this young Spencerport offense right there on display.
One of the things that, you know, Spencerport's got some outstanding, crafty attackmen. The one thing they have that really is a little bit, I don't want to say disadvantage, but they're young.
Right.
And they're not full grown yet. And 2 years from now, they're going to be men to handle. Right now, they're outstanding young players.
It's like anything in life. The only way you get experience is by playing, and they're
absolutely
they're out there doing a good job.
And they do a great job. They're outstanding players.
And McRoby with a face-off win for clean face-off win for Canandaigua.
Yeah.
Braves Drew Willoughby behind the net, just under 9 minutes here to go in the first half. In the matchup for Spencerport on Willoughby, we've got Sean Baird. Baird is a junior defender, doing a nice job. Willoughby comes in front, shoots high. It's going to be backed up by Spencerport. And the Rangers
See, there's your balance.
get their stop. Yep.
You want to have balance. Canandaigua needs to have somebody in the backup on that. See him going to that backside, and somebody start to get to the back, you know, the end line so that you can get the ball back.
Kind of rotate through, right?
Yep.
You slide to the spot.
Mirror the other guy. Let the goal.
Taylor Case pass. Rodriguez, that was tight quarters
That
right there.
was.
That was a good catch by Rodriguez just
He
to
handled
maintain
that
possession.
well. Very impressed with their stick skills. Quickness too.
Cam Mesh to John Choate. And Spencerport starts its offense again. 8 minutes left first half. Varsity Media Sports Network live from Canandaigua. Cam Mesh remind you of anybody, Ed? You know, you've lacrosse a long time.
I'm trying to think. He's kind of he is an old timer. You know, he reminds me. I don't know.
Pass
Not right
behind.
now.
Not right now. We'll give you some time.
Yeah, I got to think about it. He's outstanding.
Spencerport pass mishandled behind the net. Turnover will be Canandaigua on the clear. And here comes Rude up the near sideline. Directing traffic a little bit is Alex Rude. That's Will Rude. Alex Rude is number 3.
And they're offsides. You know, that's a mental error by number 7 there.
It's Tom Galassi with it.
Tom Galassi carrying the ball.
Back to Olveni.
And now you've got a flag down situation. Number 7 went offsides for Spencerport.
So Canandaigua now, you just kind of.
Now you're going to play. They're playing 6-on-7. And
right. Once you got the penalty, right?
Yep.
Why leave? You're going to
Right.
get in trouble anyway.
Once you're offside, you might as well stay offsides.
Good defense there by Spencerport to get the stoppage. Ashton McNair knocks the ball out of the Canandaigua stick. And first penalty of the game coming here with 6:56 to go in the half. Canandaigua's man up. Gets its first opportunity. Offside call. Good call by you, Coach.
What you're going to see here is the specialty teams of both in a hard-fought, pretty even game. These specialty teams can come in very big. You only get a few times a game. Maybe 3. If you're lucky 4.
30 seconds. So is there a little more urgency with a shorter penalty?
Yeah, usually in a minute penalty you'll get it around once, but you'll see right there they just moved it around. Now they're into little 2-3-1 with an overload.
Willoughby, Jeremy Olvani in front. A great finish by McRoby. 3-1 Canandaigua. Sean Olvani's known as a goal scorer there, but he made a heck of a pass there to get the finish to Luke McRoby.
And Luke's a youngster that faces off, but he also has the ability to be a goal scorer. And you don't see a ton of face-off kids that also play on the man-up team.
But really good ball movement around the perimeter, the open side, and McRoby with a high finish over the shoulder of Kay.
Great ball movement. Once they drew a slide, they kept it moving until the Spencerport kids missed one slide, and it was in the goal.
And that's been Canandaigua so far. And McRoby comes back with a face-off win. He gets the goal, he gets the face-off, and possession for his team, and he will stay on. As we approach the halfway point here of the second quarter, Canandaigua leading 3-1 over Spencerport. And now McRoby will go off, and we'll see 2 new midfielders come on for Canandaigua. And it will be Josephi, number 2, Alex Rude, number 3. More of the offensive middies. Canandaigua up top with the midfield.
Looks like they're going to go to an invert.
And an invert is when you take a midfielder behind you put an attack man up front. What advantage you look to gain by doing that?
What you're trying to do is take their short stick and put them in a little bit. Most middies aren't naturally behind big goal defenders, so you're trying to bring them behind, maybe cause a slide, and then move it. A lot of times you're not going to get the goal.
But with Canandaigua's kind of philosophy and a 2-goal lead, they're okay with that right
They're
now.
okay with that. If they didn't draw somebody, he moved it on.
There's Josephi, high pass by Canandaigua. It's going to go out of bounds, unable to track it down, and there's a kind of an unforced turnover.
That was, little Mike Bellis turned and looked and, had a stick in his left hand, and they he kind of hurried it. He's a sophomore playing in his first really big crunch time game, I would say.
Wow, good job there by Spencerport's.
Yes.
Sean Baird to get the clear, get the ball in the offensive end so the Rangers can set up and look to narrow the margin here, come within a goal. Tortora on the near side. Matchup, Zach Lacey.
Yep, that's Dom Galacey.
And he, as we mentioned, Coach York calls him an alpha, and you could just see that way he took away that defensive space right there.
He's comfortable with that long pole in his hand. He squeezes him right to the sideline. These Canandaigua numbers are kind of hard to see sometimes.
Yeah, the 21 and 27 got me once. And Spencerport, though, these uniforms, I like the contrast.
Yes, they're nice and easy.
Mesh to Choate up top. Rangers settle in, and Canandaigua saying, come and get it, right? Yeah. Here comes Mesh. Bounce pass behind the net. It's going to Mandarano with a nice dive. Official's hand is up.
Oh, gave it to Blue.
Ball will stay with Blue. Was that a call a push? Or?
I must have. I thought Cam Mesh was going to shoot that, and at the last minute I think he tried to change it to a pass. They've been very patient. They are not going to hurry. I think they're pretty comfortable with the game, the way it's being played. They know they can score.
Here comes Ty Heaton down the alley behind, and that pass is high and it goes out of bounds. Canandaigua with the ball after the turnover. And Heaton's done a nice job getting some space and being able to create. He's got the assist on the only Spencerport goal so far. And he's brought a nice change of paces. Here comes Dom Galassi with a long pole.
And that's an advantage of a youngster that played with a short stick. He's very, very comfortable with that ball in his stick. And
ball on the ground.
yeah.
Still whistle. It's going to be Spencerport ball.
I don't think they got it in the box in time.
So failure to advance.
Failure to advance.
As a coach, what do you think of the failure to advance call?
Yeah, you can't fight it. Right, there's an offsides on Canandaigua.
So John Choate with the ball down the far sideline for Spencerport.
I believe it's Nate Sheridan went off.
So now the Braves are going to play defense
Yeah.
with 7 before they have to play with 5. So let's see if the Spencerport attack here. That's Rodriguez behind the net looking to gain a step. Converged on by 2 Canandaigua defenders, and the Braves will secure. No, I thought they were going to secure possession for the whistle.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it is.
So 3:02 here to go in the half. Canandaigua will be assessed its first penalty of the night, an offside infraction, which will give Spencerport the man-up opportunity with 3:02 to go here.
We'll see if they can take advantage of their 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I think, we'll look for the same thing. Good ball movement, and Spencerport's had a couple of good looks at the cage. They were able to bury one and just see if they can get that Canandaigua defense moving and set themselves up for another good look.
Yes, they've had some real quality opportunities. See if they can get one here.
Zachary Tortora, number 2, is at about the 17-yard line, juggling the ball, waiting for the whistle to indicate resume play. So we have a 30-second delay of game. So a second penalty assessed to Canandaigua, so it's going to be a 1-minute
full
advantage.
1 minute penalty.
So what does that do? Does that take a little pressure off?
It gives you a little bit more time, a little bit more patient, In any case, you don't ever want to just hurry a man up. You're better off at the end if you don't get a quality opportunity to still have the ball in your hand compared to taking a bad shot that the goalie makes a save. And it's going the other way. So you stay patient. They're running a little 3-3. Got a little exchange there.
Back to Mesh. Up top to Mandarano. There comes a cutter to the middle. I believe it's John Choate with a shot. It's wide, but another flag.
Another flag pushed from behind, I believe.
And that was actually was Tortora with a shot. Very impressive on the catch there and just to make the shot.
That was a very nice catch, and under pressure, he got pushed from behind to make that shot. Unfortunately for Spencerport, the penalty on Canandaigua hurts them because Jack Viola had won the race to the back line for a backup. But here we go again. Now you're 2-man up.
For 18 seconds, Canandaigua shorthanded, 2 men down for 18 seconds, and then it'll be 30 seconds after the penalty to number 21, Dom Galassi. So here's Spencerport. 2 men up, 6-on-4. Rodriguez behind. Cam Mesh looking to cut in front. Look for the second cutter and the finish to Tortora. Cam Mesh drew the defense. Rodriguez with the feed, and Zachary Tortora with his second of the night.
That was very well, really well done. They sent Cam right down through the middle, and you got to cover him. And when you're 2 men down, that leaves the trailer wide open. They found him, and he cashed it. It was really well done. Well designed and well executed.
Great hesitation by Tortora. He made sure he had the catch, and then he was able to finish far side. So we've got a 3-2 ball game right here. And basically, just exactly as you said, as Coach Pichero would want to draw it up, that was executed to perfection.
Perfection.
We saw in the Coach Bicharo wasn't lying to us either. He said Rodriguez is a great shooter and an even better passer, and he set Tortora up for success right there. Canandaigua wins this face-off now, 3-3 for the game. Raise up 3-2, ball on the ground. It's going to stay in, and we can test it, but I think the push will be on. All right, Canandaigua.
And on that last face-off, that was an example of using your wing. Canandaigua put their kid way back, and Spencerport didn't match up, so Jack just rolled it back to him. Unfortunately, they had a bad pass. Lost it. You're going to get Cam Mesh right in the middle there. Nope.
It's I believe it's Heaton up top.
Yeah.
And something we can talk about the face-offs a little bit later is Joe Post of the Rochester Nighthawks is the face-off coach for Canada. Heaton in front, balls on the ground.
Yeah.
Rolling towards midfield. And Spencerport reached over. It's going to
Better get back. There you go.
Going to be with Canandaigua, 1:19 to go.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Canandaigua run 30, 40 seconds off the clock, call timeout, and take it right for the half.
Sean Mulvaney behind the net. Braves look pretty content to play catch here as we go under 1 minute to go in the half. Canandaigua leading Spencerport 3-2. Is Braden Josephi up top. Josephi had the first goal of the game for Canandaigua, the only goal of the first quarter, unassisted effort late in the quarter. And he's just looking for space right there. And you think Spencerport's content with this too?
I think they are. I think they know better than to chase. They, I think they're perfectly fine 3-2 at the half.
Drew Willamy in the corner for Canandaigua, marked by Sean Baird of Spencerport, 12-on-12.
And Baird has done an outstanding job thus far. You
Yeah.
know, if you're Drew right there, you're just trying to bait him, get a half a step on him here somewhere, and see if you can. And they made a switch.
15 seconds. Willamy with it, looks to feed in front. Baird got something on that pass, knocked it away. Spencerport throws it down the field where Jack Faola will retain for Canandaigua with another long pass back, and that is going to go out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first half here at Canandaigua Academy. The host Braves lead, visiting Spencerport 3-2, and we will be back shortly on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Canandaigua on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Halftime, the Canandaigua Braves lead the Spencerport Rangers 3-2. My name is Steve Bradley. I am joined by Ed Mulhern, and we had a really exciting first half, Ed, didn't we?
Very good first half, pretty evenly played. You know, both teams had some quality opportunities. Both goalies made a couple big saves, and 3-2. Anybody can win it. A lot of good lacrosse to come.
Especially these two teams are known for playing close games. We'll recap the scoring for Canandaigua. Braden Josephi, Sean Olveni, and Luke McCroby with the goals. Assists credited to number 12, Drew Willamy, and also Sean Olveni. So Sean Olveni with a goal and an assist. For Spencerport, both goals are scored by Zachary Tortora, and the assist to number 15, Jaden Rodriguez on the second goal. A beautiful feed there, and an assist to Ty Heaton on the first goal, a goal mouth feed. But I think maybe in the first half, Spencerport dominated possession, particularly in the first quarter, and Jack Viola, the goalie for Canandaigua, as we expected, came up with a couple of pretty good saves.
He made two really nice saves in the first quarter that really shut the door on one-on-one goals that were real momentum saves too. He's an outstanding young man, a very good player. He's been a goalie forever, and he's been a young man that's worked at his craft as hard as anybody you can imagine.
In one way he does that, Ed, he's a juggler. He's got a hobby of juggling, and Coach Devin York said that's been a kind of a little bit of a tradition with really Canandaigua goalies through the past. So 3-3 on faceoffs in the first half. This one going to be controlled by Canandaigua. They called the slash maybe on mesh there.
I think Mr. Mandarano stepped out of the box before it was picked up.
Okay.
But the adjustment that was made with Luke McCroby is he's pulling it back to the attackman, or the midi that we'd call on the pull side. And Spencerport, in order to stop that, they're going to have to match their feet and get a defenseman or another midi down next to him. And when they do that, if Luke's got it going, he'll go out the front. So that's the game of facing off, where if you go here, I go there.
Yeah, and Spencerport won the first 3 faceoffs of the game, and Canandaigua has come back with the last 4, and both faceoff men, Cam Mesh and Luke McCroby of Canandaigua, average about 75%. So now it's closer to 50-50.
Pretty even.
Yeah, Canandaigua behind the net to Drew Willamy.
And you got Spencerport back in his zone. Canandaigua's moving the ball.
No, they're going to run things through Willoughby most of the time. Nate Sheridan block shot.
I believe so.
That'll probably leave a mark on Connor Morgan for Spencerport. Got in the shooting lane.
Guess who?
Cam Mesh with a ground
Cam
ball.
Mesh.
Yeah, 25 ground balls in 2 games coming in. Some of those, of course, off of faceoffs, but he can scoop in the open field or in traffic too.
He's around the ball.
And, there aren't players that are as multifaceted as he is. He's a special one.
And people don't realize how taxing it is to face off. If you look at most high school kids in today's world, a lot of it will call the FOGO, face off, get off. He plays the field, he plays defense, he's all over the place.
Yeah, now he feeds behind the net, back in front, a little tic-tac-toe play broken up. They were looking to feed Mandrano in front from, I believe, it was Trevor Lewis behind the net, and here comes Canandaigua.
Jude York
with a long pole out front, and they'll settle it down with Josephi. And Josephi, he's got some coaching in his family too. So can you see that the kind of the coach's son in his style of game?
Braden's another one that's been around since he was about 2 years old, 3 years old. I've got pictures of him from Canandaigua games way back when, and you could tell he's been around the game. He grew up, with his dad on the sidelines, and he's just a great kid who plays hard. And you can see he's got a lacrosse IQ in part because of that.
And, of course, you coached the Canandaigua team that won the 2009 state championship team, retired after the 2016 season.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to do that, yes.
So there's Willoughby in front. Olvany buries it. The feed and the finish. Drew Willoughby to Sean Olvany. And Canandaigua restores its 2-goal lead.
Really, really nice off-ball movement. Little pick inside and a little rub. Shawnee Olvany came off it, and Drew found him. And there's an example of a youngster, Sean Olvany. He's a right-hander, but he's playing on the left-handed side, and he just made that shot left-handed like it's his natural hand. He spent a ton of time with his stick in his hand, and the dividends are paying off.
Big Daddy delivers there, and the catch, and the best players can finish with both hands. And another face-off win for the Braves, and you were right. That time McCroby pushed it forward. And it looked like Spencerport had made the adjustment on the wing, and McCroby's on a little bit of a roll.
Right, he's got it going. He's got a feel for it. And there's so much that goes into it. Timing the officials. There's a lot more to facing off than it just looks.
It's not just low man always wins.
No, no.
That's a tad of a oversimplification for sure. And Canandaigua now the 2-goal lead, 8:45 to go here in the third quarter, and Braves got to be pretty happy with where they are, especially after the way this game started.
I think so. I think they're pleased. They're playing a pace that they like. They got Sean up top, Olvany, and if you go over that stick like there. Yeah,
the shot went wide, but again. We saw that in the first half. Olvany scored a goal, seemed to get that confidence, went with a one-on-one play. Beat his man initially there, went right to and it looks like he's calling for it out here too. If maybe they're going to move it around a little bit more and get him on the move. But Olvany wants the ball in his stick right now.
And I think, Spencerport's back to zone. That's
a tough play there, beating 2 defenders. That's a little bit of a force
there, yeah.
Yep, and it's going to cost Canandaigua the ball.
Playing without his stick there.
Good job by the Spencerport defense, though.
Yes.
Ashton McNair at number 6 was right there, and I believe it was Barrett, and they're 2 tough defenders.
And as soon as that ball went out of bounds on the shot, Spencerport switched from man right to zone. Very well done. Good design by the coaches, and then the kids executed it perfectly.
So Rangers trailing 4-2, 7:42 to play here in the third quarter. Varsity Media Sports Network. Cam Mesh up top wearing number 1. If we said his name once tonight, we've said it 100 times. And he deserves it every time. Mesh on the move. Hasn't really shot, though.
No. That's a
great, nice move.
Nice move, and he missed the cage, but what an outstanding move.
Zach Tortora's stick skills on display. And just a freshman.
That's a freshman. There's an example of, in a year or 2 from now, he's going to be sticking that.
Yeah, that class of 2026, right?
Next year. And by the end of this year, he just a little bit more patience. That was outstanding.
There, Rodriguez being marked by Galassi. Yeah. Great matchup there.
It is.
Out top, that's number 7, Lewis.
And a nice
The Canandaigua Davis defense converges, but John Choate in the right place to keep possession with a ground ball for Spencerport. I think maybe we'll see a little bit more from Choate here because he is somebody who starts their offense. We might look for the ball to go through him a little bit as this game goes on.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, they're really – last year they had a ton of success with what they're doing there, inverting and then sending cutters down through. It appears as though Canandaigua has shut down the middle.
Here comes Cam Mesh right there. You're looking for that second defender to see what he does. Mesh goes to the middle. Here comes that extra defender. Spencerport behind the net. Tortora's going to be able to settle it. Now maybe Canandaigua's chasing a little bit. Tortora tried the bounce shot, picked up by Mandrano in front, and the finish by John Choate.
Well, that was just what a great pass. Great pass, great finish. You know, just Jaden Mandrano picked that ball up, and it grew eyes as soon as he picked it up. He knew, looked right inside, and very slick, outstanding lacrosse.
Right, and then there's all of that lacrosse IQ on display. Tortora, Mandrano's in the right place. You talk about your balance, feeds the middle, and there's Choate with a finish.
Yeah, and there's, you know, you can be the greatest goalie in the world. You're not going to stop that one.
And
they do a great job moving the ball inside.
The anticipation on Spencerport right there was great. Yeah. They felt that Canandaigua was chasing a little bit on defense, and they got to the ball to the spot that they needed to.
They really do a great job of feeling they're unselfish.
And another face-off win for Canandaigua. There's that wing support that Ed's been talking about. Braden Josephi with a ground ball off the face-off. Canandaigua with the ball back halfway through the third quarter here. But John Choate, we talk about him, and he makes a big play.
Came up with a big play.
No announcer's jinx from us.
Yeah, and Canandaigua, it appears as though they're bringing Sean Mulvaney up top here to play a little bit of, maybe lining up as a midfield, but he's making his runs or as an attack, but he's making his runs from the midfield. And
good stick switch right there. Now he's got space. Those stick skills there. You can see. Willamy with the eyes behind the defense.
Yeah, he's
cuts in front and scores.
Yeah.
Drew Willamy maybe lulled the defense to sleep a little bit there. He's done such a good job feeding. He was there to put the ball in to give Canandaigua that 2-goal lead right back.
He kind of gave the goalie or the defender a little bait, and the youngster went for it, went over the top, and that freed up the space to get to the front of the cage, and he finished.
And you mentioned youngster Willamy, just a sophomore, scored the only goal for Canandaigua in the state final. Got some space there, and a great shot just inside the post.
Right. And as soon as 12 went over his head, it just opens up the front of the cage. Protect your stick and finish.
And a good answer for Canandaigua, just 55 seconds after Spencerport had scored. So there's where now we're starting to see the possessions pile up for Canandaigua too. 7 face-offs, now it's 7-3. And obviously with the team trying to catch up, it's a little bit difficult. But looks like they need to update the scoreboard. I got it 5-3,
same thing in my mind.
Even the main stadium scoreboard. So, yep, they got it. They got it now. So I was pretty sure they had restored that 2-goal lead, and they did. There's Willamy to Sheridan. Maybe Sheridan's the one that we're going to see for Canandaigua make the next big play. Going to St. Rose, Nate Sheridan, good size senior. He comes into the game with 3 goals and 6 assists. And he's pretty good two-way attackman, right? He can feed and he can finish.
He played a lot of midfield last year, so he has the ability to, and you're seeing Sean Mulvaney right now.
Try and take it on his shoulders a little bit, right?
Yeah, playing in front of the cage where he's a little bit more natural. That probably wasn't the best decision to take that shot, but you got to love the attitude that he wants the ball.
And a great play there by Taylor Kay. And Taylor Kay is a junior. He's got a 50% save percentage this season. And just as Jack Viola has the fastest hands that Coach York has ever seen, and Coach Butero, who was a goalie, says that Taylor Kay has the fastest hands that he's ever seen. Great twitch and makes some saves that he shouldn't. That one was one that he should, and he did.
Yeah, and he did. Great position.
But a lot of times that's what lacrosse is. Make the plays that you're supposed to make, a couple that are improbable, and you end up on the right side of the scoreboard.
That's what the truly great goalies do. They make a few that they shouldn't, but they don't miss the ones they should.
And Spencerport up top. We've got Lewis with the ball at the top, being marked by Rude. Behind, feed in front. Rodriguez hit something in front, deflected away. I don't know if it got all the way to goal. I think he may have hit a defender. Good hustle for the loose ball, but it's going to be turned over to Canandaigua.
Good opportunity. I think it went off a helmet of a Brave defender.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic in front. As you say, they shrink the field.
Yep, they do.
And minimize the clean looks and the
really
ability
do.
to have that traffic.
If you're going to beat them, you know, a lot of times it's got to be an outside shot. And with an outstanding goalie, that can be a tough task.
Clear there by Andrew Murphy, number 11, junior up from the JV squad from last year, first-year starter for the Braves. And the one thing that both coaches mentioned about their goalies, too, is that they're fanatics in the weight room. They've both gotten a lot bigger and stronger. And, you know, that helps you stand up when you're facing these shots that come in, 85 miles an hour?
It really does. It's, you know, it's a necessary part of the game anymore. Get in the weight room and, you know, get bigger and stronger, faster.
Mulvaney up top. Canandaigua looking to maybe get its biggest lead. They've led by 2 a couple of times. It's 5-3 here. 2 minutes, approaching 2 minutes left in the third quarter. That 3-goal lead would, you know, Spencerport proved last year it could come back from a 3-goal deficit a couple of times, but might change the tempo of the game a little bit.
Yeah, it's.
Wilhelmy,
you know,
turns the shoulder, fires. Deflected away. It's going to roll out of bounds, and I think Spencerport's going to have the backup on that. So Canandaigua with a couple of looks, unable to catch. 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. Spencerport with a chance to get back within 1 with the goal on this possession. Ashton McNair with a clear to John Choate. McNair's had a good game. And
yes, he has.
That long pole, he's made a couple of good plays, and he's done a good job in his matchups.
He's done a nice job in between the restraining lines, too, in between, you know, the boxes. He's done a great job in transition. He's defended transition, and he's carried the ball well. Made some nice decisions.
Heaton to Choate, John Choate, the senior up top. And, you know, Coach Butero mentioned just how he starts a lot of the offense. He's a smart player. His sister Natalie was an outstanding on the girls' team for Spencerport when they had that great run with Aaron Kuykendall and other members of that class.
Okay.
So Aaron Kuykendall's still at Northwestern, where she's had some fantastic games, some fantastic plays.
She's had a great career thus far. They're having a nice year this year. That's for sure.
So Cam Mesh up top, 2 defenders converge. Mesh turns the corner, walks right in, and stopped by Fayola.
Might have hit the pipe there. I have to look that on replay. That was a great play.
Yeah.
Maybe Jack made it. I'm not sure, but great move. He was very patient.
There's the finish. Mandarano from Lewis. And just what Spencerport needed. It's 5-4 with 28.6 seconds left. What a fantastic possession for the Rangers. Cam Mesh with a grade A opportunity. Ball stays in the Canandaigua end. And there we are with Lewis out front to Mandarano. And 28.6 seconds left. 5-4 Canandaigua.
Coach Butero obviously drills these kids on passing the ball to the interior guy. If their stick's open, they throw it in there. And they're very dangerous. It's outstanding to see attack play like that.
And the patience, right?
Yes.
Just that Coach Butero talked about Canandaigua not taking bad shots. Spencerport hasn't taken too many bad shots either.
They've been very comfortable with the pace. They're doing everything they should. It's a heck of a ball game right now. If you're
final 15 seconds here of the third.
If you're Spencerport, you want to crush, get inside, and don't allow a gimme to beat you. And it shouldn't now.
Yep, ball's on the turf. That time is going to run out here in the third quarter, and we have ourselves another great game between Spencerport and Canandaigua. Braves 5, Rangers 4, end of 3. We will be right back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben@varsitymedia.net.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
And we are back here at Canandaigua Academy, Section 5 Boys Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Steve Bradley, Ed Mulhern. Ed, 5-4, one-goal game, something pretty common between these two teams. Take us through the mindset of the approach to this final quarter from both sides.
I would imagine both coaches are talking to their kids, keep their composure, stay the course. They're both feeling pretty good about where they are. They knew this was going to be a close game. They know they're both quality opponents. They know each other well. And, you know, you're trying to get your kids to understand, stay with what you're doing, follow the game plan, be on top of it, and, you know, let it go. You know, I always used to say play like it's the backyard. You know, let's go play. Don't be afraid to lose. Go win.
How do you balance the sense of urgency with the patience and not trying to maybe force something that isn't there?
Well, you know, that's a part of some of the things you have to do in practice, where you practice at an up speed pace, but then you've got to understand, all right, here we are in crunch time. What are we going to do? Quality possessions we need and various things. And
boy, Luke McCroby's on a roll. He just won another face-off.
Yeah,
Push that one forward. That was great camera work by our guys, our Spencer White and Steve Richards right there. And zoomed right in on the ball. You could see him do exactly what he wanted. Was a little quick on the draw, got his team the ball. Fantastic camera work there. So Canandaigua, they're patient all the time. Are you more patient in this situation, or are you looking for an opportunity?
I wouldn't be. I'd keep playing my game. I'm looking for an opportunity. Right now you got Sean Mulvaney with a short stick. So I would imagine they're going to try to give him a little bit of a chance to make a run, draw a double, move it, and hopefully hit somebody. They're making their subs.
Yeah, big daddy, Sean Mulvaney, 6'3", 210, junior, leading scorer for the Braves this year with 10 goals, including 2 tonight. Guarded by John Choate, the senior midfielder. And Mulvaney.
There comes the double. And now he may re-dodge again on that one, and there you go.
And the double was Cam Mesh.
Yes.
So now it's Nate Sheridan behind. Out front to Rude, back to Mulvaney. We got a whistle.
It looks like
somebody
got messed. Somebody got tied up with a goal.
So Canandaigua will restart. 10:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Beautiful spring night here in Canandaigua, the chosen spot.
Great night for lacrosse. Two great high school teams playing.
Drew Willamy looked to feed, balls on the ground. Nice recovery there by Rude, but his shot is retrieved by Spencerport, and here comes McNair in transition where he excels. Gets it to Mandarano and look for Spencerport to regroup a little bit here and set up the offense, looking to tie this game. John Choate. Choate had a goal there in the third quarter.
Yeah, and they do a great job. Here they are, they're bringing the invert behind, and they're really trying to draw and create a little bit of a mismatch. Here comes the double, they'll move it.
Ball's on the ground, flag's on the ground. So
I didn't see what happened.
But Spencerport should get a man-up opportunity after Canandaigua secures this ball. Canandaigua defender going off. I believe that's 21. Is that Galassi?
That'd be Dom Galassi, whose grandfather is probably home watching him. Hello, Ralph. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
And Zach Tortora will start for Spencerport. Spencerport did get a man-up goal in the first half. They were actually up two-man advantage. We were able to convert with Tortora, and here they go again, looking for that second goal to tie the game here. And
they got a minute of time, so they got plenty of time.
And it's about moving the ball and creating open looks. Ball's on the turf. Canandaigua. Battle.
It's just an unforced error, and Coach York with an immediate timeout.
So with that timeout, we will stay here and just remind you that the Varsity Media Sports Network is on social media. You subscribe to our YouTube channel, see upcoming games. Ben Turchin got a great schedule planned. And also, if you're a program that would like a live stream sportcast, contact Varsity Media today, because the games are out there. We love bringing them to you, and if the opportunity's there, I know Ben and the rest of the staff would love to connect. Taking a look at the Spencerport huddle, there's Coach Butero, Bill Butero. Former goalie at Irondequoit, came over to Spencerport in 2020, saw the potential with this program, wanted to be a part of it, and he's just done a fantastic job. So what's the message to his team? You just had a turnover on the man-up, Ed. You're down a goal. There's 40 seconds remaining on the penalty. Is it a hard ride looking for the turnover?
I would imagine they're going to get out and give it a little bit of some good pressure here. But you don't want to compound the error. Don't make a mistake 70 yards from the goal that turns into a goal at the other end. Good hard ride, make them beat you. And when worst comes to worst, you play defense at the other end. But you can't compound one mistake by making another one trying to take it away, chasing.
So on the flip side, what does Coach York tell his team? You just made a great play to get the ball back. Man down for another 40 seconds. Is it the same message? Don't make a mistake. Go 20 yards from your goal and get them unsettled?
Right. You want them, I don't know if they're going to look to run it out or what. No, they're going to pass it back. They'll take their time, try to run it clear. And this looks like it's
that's Willoughby. So
Willoughby.
They brought your attack man all the way back.
They brought the attack man up to carry it out. Very smart move. And now they got to, this is where Spencerport has to make a decision. If you go chase it.
Who do you double and when do you double?
Well, if you go double him and he beats it, now you're at the goal. Whereas if you just sit back and say, we the reality of it is we just missed an opportunity. Now we'll just play good, solid defense, not compound that error.
It looks like Canandaigua will be able to run off that penalty. It expires right now. Canandaigua back full strength. Good stop there by the Braves. Willoughby in front, bounce shot, and it's saved by Kay. Got down low and got the big trapper on it. And
here comes Cam Mesh.
Cam Mesh right up the middle. Did that a few times as a fullback on the football field. Scored a lot of touchdowns for Spencerport. Maybe looking to play football in college, from what I understand. He's out top to John Choate as we approach the 8-minute mark here, with the Rangers trailing the Braves 5-4. John Choate, senior midfielder. Looks like matched up is Giuseppe. They switch. He's got is that Olvani on?
It appears to be Olvani playing a little defense.
In front, there's Heaton, number 4.
It's just really nice defense by Dom Galassi.
Yeah, his footwork was really good right there, wasn't it?
Sticks right on the hands, just very fundamental.
So there's Mesh to Mandarano. Mandarano's got space, just misses up top.
That's great patience. He just missed it. Really nice play by him, though. Quality opportunity. That's an example sometimes when you're playing against a really good goalie. Sometimes you get a little too fine.
There's Lewis, double team by Canandaigua out front to Choate. And great job there on that previous look, too, by Mesh, by drawing the defense and creating that opening for his teammate.
Absolutely. They share the ball.
They do balance scoring across the board. They came into this game with 4 players tied with 4 goals each. So they share the wealth, even though they're averaging coming in 11 goals a game. I don't think we're going to see anybody get to 11, but there's Mesh with a rip and a big save by Faiola. Ball's still loose. Jack Faiola lunges for it. Scrum in front. This is a big ground ball. Whoever gets it. Tortora. Oh, just shot it wide. Great persistence there to get the ground ball by Spencerport. The wide shot means that the backup goes to Canandaigua.
That was just great, great effort by both teams.
There we are. Look at this is a perfect example of the intensity of this game. Dom Galassi clearing some people out. Tortora got knocked down, got a stick pulled, still was able to come up with a ball and had a great look on net. Faiola, I don't know if we mentioned we'll be going to play at Hobart next year. As Galassi gets the ball up for Canandaigua to Olvani. Transition, big shot there by Giuseppe, and it's stopped by Kay. The goalies are living up to the billing, Ed.
Playing well. Playing well.
Here comes Spencerport in transition. Jacob Felbo, I believe, on the clear. Senior defenseman. Timeout.
Timeout by Spencerport.
6:09 to go, almost halfway through the quarter. We're the same place we are when we started 6 minutes ago. Does the time change anything to the approach here with these teams?
I don't think so. I think they're both, you can see they're both pretty steady. They're doing what they do well, getting the ball to places and the people that they think are the most advantageous for them. And they're both, they've done an outstanding job.
And we've seen in the man up and in a couple other late quarter situations, Spencerport's come up with a play design that's really worked. In this case, where do you think that they may go? As we take a look at our rankings, 3 Canandaigua, 4 Spencerport, 1 goal game with 6 minutes left. That looks pretty spot on.
Yes, very much. Like I said, there's some teams in there there's some scary teams. That's some good lacrosse being played in Section 5 right now.
In Spencerport, I believe that they get Webster Thomas in their next game, which will be on Thursday. And Canandaigua gets Irondequoit. So really, we talk about a regular season gauntlet. You'd get that in Class B, but then both of these teams also schedule a couple Class A teams. You get a Fairport, you get a Penfield. These teams, by the time the season, as good as this game is, these teams are going to be better in 6 weeks. How much better are they going to be, I guess? Well,
that's the key. The key is to not win your championship tonight. I mean, you want to win, but you're better off, win is obviously important, but you want to get better and better and better and, keep stepping up the ladder. Each game get a little better and a little bit more diverse and add something to your game. So at the end of the year, you're at the best
you can be.
Playing the best you can be.
Restart there was by Jaden Rodriguez, sophomore out to Cam Mesh. Canandaigua with 3 defenders off the front. Here comes Rodriguez. We've seen his playmaking ability. And Spencerport, I think, will be patient and just look for a grade A look right here.
I think so. They're pretty comfortable.
High pass there. Good job by Rodriguez just to save the ball. So we get to the 5.5 minute mark here. Canandaigua still leading 5-4. And there's Cam Mesh looking to. Nobody came, so he had to hold the ball. There's Lewis with a shot. Ball careens far towards the Spencerport sideline.
I don't know if that hit a pipe.
A pipe or a leg, right? Because it doesn't go that far without hitting something. And
if that hit a leg, somebody's got a big ouch.
And
it went a long ways. But, it's a quality opportunity for them. They're going to keep knocking on the door here.
Definitely had a shooting lane. Pretty good distance, but it just wasn't able to get. There Choate breaks through behind the net. Now Spencerport out front. There's Mesh off the crossbar. That one definitely hit the pipe.
That one hit the pipe for sure.
Big crank, big shot by Mesh, and it comes out to midfield. Wow, you talk about just missing by inches right there. And there's the shot there by Lewis.
That's the Spencerport coaching staff saying, what do we got to do? Outstanding opportunity, really nice shot, hits a pipe, and then it bounces all the way to midfield where Canandaigua Tacklin's standing closer to it.
And then Sean Olvany, and then we talked about shooting percentage being so key, and being a game of inches. I mean, Mesh went up top, had the goaltender beat, and the ball just bounced the other way.
Yeah.
And Canandaigua might, you think, bleed a little clock here as we get towards 4 minutes?
I would think they're not going to, hurry anything. They'll be smart.
Maybe set up a 2-man game with Willamie and Olvany.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're comfortable with Nate behind the goal. The other thing, the officials may be a little quicker to put a stall call on you or a stall warning. Right. The end of a game, so that's something.
I mean, and that's probably the biggest difference, right, between high school lacrosse and college lacrosse is the shot clock.
The shot clock.
Sean Olvany shoots and scores.
That's a nice shot.
And the hat trick for Big Daddy. Just as we thought Canandaigua might be taking the air out of the ball, Big Daddy rips one from about 15 yards away. I think he went 5-hole. Canandaigua leads 6-4.
Canandaigua goal scored by number 16, Sean Olvany.
So Olvany, the big shot though, that thing's coming. There's not a lot you can do.
You gotta, that's a tough one. Nice job. They took a little skip on him.
That's Willamie with the assist again. That Olvany has 3 goals,
Yeah.
and all 3 have been set up by Willoughby.
Right.
So 3.5 minutes to go. Canandaigua leads 6-4. Spencerport with a sense of urgency here in the offensive end, but they get the face-off, and that was the first step.
That was. And you've seen they're moving a little bit more
Rodriguez
urgency
with
here.
a shot and a save by Fayola. Big save there. Good look for Rodriguez. Good job by Fayola. It's one of those, you get the feeling if he can see it, he can stop it.
Yeah.
Double team by Spencerport. Tortora scrapping with the Canandaigua defender, and Tortora keeps the ball in
That's just
momentarily.
a really good ride by the Spencerport kids.
Yeah, that failed clear, it looks like, right? Or was there a timeout by Canandaigua?
It appears the official gave a timeout to Canandaigua, and I don't know that they had the ball.
2:54 left. So there, the
Yeah.
ball's bouncing around there. No clear possession there.
No. It appears is right around. Yeah, no. The official.
They kind of
They-
going to do a
they
do-over
real-
there.
They
realized it.
realized it, yeah.
So we'll go with inadvertent whistle.
Yep.
And then
And I would imagine, yeah, they're going to give it to Spencerport. Unless.
I think they're still in deliberations. I think they're leaning your way with that call, Ed, and it looks like John Choate will have the ball. So Spencerport gets the turnover off the ride. Under 3 minutes to go, trailing 6-4. Senior John Choate trying to get the offense going here for the Rangers. See if they can close the gap and make another run at the Braves. Cam Mesh, guarded by Tenori. That's good defense. Mesh steps through 4 defenders, goes over the shoulder.
Wow.
What an individual effort. Goes wide, but Tortora's there to back it up. Big shot by Lewis is wide, so we're seeing a little bit more urgency with Spencerport on the offensive end at 2:25. Look at this replay there. Mesh is Tenori, steps around him, defense converges, steps through 2. Over the shoulder, just missed. Here we go. Rodriguez wide, got the pylon, and Canandaigua gets the backup. So good defense by the Braves.
Very good defense.
10 goals.
Solid.
10 goals in the game all night, and both ends. Everybody has had to work for everything they've got.
There's nothing been easy. I thought Spencerport might extend their ride a little bit here. But
Jude York with a pass. It's bounced around. Good recovery by Galassi, but they're going to get failure to advance.
Okay, they get their timeout.
They get the timeout now. They were pretty close on that, I think, and maybe they used 18 seconds there.
They used about all of it. Good call, good timeout call there.
So 1:51 to play. Canandaigua with a 2-goal lead, 6-4. We know that Spencerport plays tenacious defense. Canandaigua can play keep away, but what do you look for here?
Well, if I would be shocked if you don't see Spencerport come out, maybe bring the goalie out of the cage, and they're going to go double the ball. The reality of the situation is, if you don't get the ball back, you don't win. So you might as well lose 7-4 trying, than sitting back. So I think they'll go get it. And, you just got to try to force Canandaigua into making a mistake. And if you're Canandaigua, you got to be very careful about shooting the ball. I've seen teams do this where they get an open net and they think, oh, boom. All of a sudden they hit a pipe, it bounces to the other team, and they're down, they score, face-off score, and it's a tie game.
Right. I mean, that's how quickly momentum can shift. And
Canandaigua's really playing against the clock right now. You got the ball,
And Coach Butero said that, too, coming into the game. Butero. Coming into the game, momentum can carry you and it can crush you.
Yes.
And momentum isn't always goals and face-offs. Sometimes it's just stringing together 2 or 3 positive plays.
Absolutely, and it's making a key save at one period of a time. But see, now I would imagine they're going to come double it right here with the tackman. They got their long stick midi in the middle of the field playing free safety a little. Well, there he goes. There we go. And now I got
Canandaigua going to play keep away, but they have to move forward.
Yeah, they do. I thought they'd chase it a little bit, but they're not.
So that's Jude York, I believe. There's the check by McNair,
Yeah,
and the turnover.
That's
Sideline is the extra defender, right?
Yep, in both cases, that's what. Oh, they stepped out of bounds maybe. Hard to tell from this far away, but there's life in the Spencerport Rangers.
1:29 to go. Spencerport with the ball, trailing by 2. Into the midfield to John Choate, gets it into the restraining area, and the Rangers will go to work. Aggressive defense by Canandaigua. There's Lewis out front, and another save by Fayola.
Another nice save. Jack just stayed his position, made them beat him, and then on top of that, he threw a nice outlet pass.
Yeah, the senior has played like a senior standout there. A great wrap check there by Tortora. Here comes Lewis. Spencerport under a minute to play, needing 2 goals to tie.
These kids don't quit for Spencerport.
Lewis
they
back
just keep coming.
Trevor Lewis back to Tortora. Tortora with a shot, foot save by Fayola. Rebound and the finish, I believe it's
Lewis. They gonna give it to him, or was he in the crease?
Well, the Canandaigua fans, the officials, the officials in the bleachers called crease.
Crease. Here it is, an instant replay.
Yeah, Tortora comes in, fakes to Lewis, foot save by Fayola. He's approached by a defender.
Looks like he was in the crease. Looks like a good call.
Tenori was there to pressure him and create havoc, and fantastic individual effort just to make that play.
You know, you got to give these kids credit, both teams. They're playing their hearts out.
And Braden Josephi running with Canandaigua. Now we think the Braves will probably try to run the clock out. We're at 15 seconds out to Drew Willamy. Sean Olvaney. Behind the net to Rude. It's going to come back to Olvaney. 5 seconds left. And Canandaigua is going to secure a 6-4 victory over Spencerport in a fantastic Section 5 boys lacrosse game tonight. Sean Olvaney with 3 goals for the Braves, including the only goal in the 4th quarter. And we expected a good one, Ed, and we got one.
I thought it was a great high school game. You know, Canandaigua won. But Spencerport certainly wasn't losers. They played their hearts out. I think they'll probably learn a great deal from this one, and they'll get better. And I suspect that Canandaigua, the team you see now, will get better and better. And at the end of the year, these are 2 teams that will be very dangerous.
Canandaigua improves to 4-0 with a win. Spencerport drops to 2-1. Impressions of Spencerport, what stood out for you tonight?
You know, they have outstanding stick skills. They're quick. They feed the ball inside really well. I thought defensively they played pretty doggone well too. As far as quality opportunities, they may have had a few more. You know, the Canada goalie Jack came up pretty well for him. And you know, if they cash in on a couple of those, it's a different game. Outstanding job. Obviously, Cam Mesh. You know, they go a little bit as how he goes.
Right.
You know, he's just such a key component to what they do. But they're a solid team that very impressed tonight. Very, very impressed.
And Ashton McNair stood out to me. The long stick midi.
Yeah.
You know, ground ball machine, made a lot of plays.
He really did.
And Canandaigua, the defending Class B champion, state finalist. But you know, they lost 7 starters from last year's team. So the new players are stepping into their roles. What stood out for the Braves? You
know, I think defensively they do a great job. You know, I think Dom Galasi has accepted that role as a defensive stopper, and the other youngsters that have come up from the JVs are playing outstanding team lacrosse, great defense, and they're solid. The other thing is Luke McRoby had a challenge. I thought in the first quarter, Cam Mesh kind of had him a little bit. It may be part of the second quarter. But from about the middle of the second quarter on, I thought Luke McRoby did a great job facing off. And then obviously their attackmen, both Sean Olvaney and Drew Willamy, the 2 of them tonight, really took advantage of some matchups. And you know, they cashed their opportunities.
I unofficially had face-off 9-5 for Canandaigua.
Yeah.
So we talked about possession being a key. And just like to remind you that follow Varsity Media on social media all spring long. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more upcoming Section 5 lacrosse games. On behalf of our Varsity Media crew here, Spencer White and Steve Richards doing a great job on the cameras, our producer Joel Belthazer, and my color analyst and partner Ed Mulhern. My name is Steve Bradley. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!